organic butter. Did I say that? I don't even remember. Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Raquel and my aim is to educate you about you, and today's episode is about what you should be eating for breakfast every single day. So this video is not going to be about calories or macros, and I can assure you that you're going to find a lot more there's a lot more value out of this than talking about calories and macros, because people who struggle to fit in some watermelon or a banana or an extra slice of chicken in their macros are doing themselves a disservice, because they're trying to fit it in to an app that's telling you what you can do with your day. The app's not always going to be there. I mean, it may, but like, do you really want to have to rely on an app to tell you what you can do? Like, it's a little bit of psychology, and I think that when we start to stop talking about calories and macros, although they have a place and they are important, especially in weight loss, it's not the be all and end all right now. If you're struggling with food and you don't have a good relationship with it, then you need to talk about quality of food and actually what you're having in your meals. So this is what I really want to talk about today. There's nothing that says that you have to wake up and eat straight away. You don't have to wake up in the morning at 6 a.m. when you rush off to work, grab an apple, a muesli bar, rush out the door, have 2 or 3 coffees throughout the day to keep you awake, and then have some lunch later in the day and stuff yourself with dinner, or potentially starve all day and then stuff yourself at the end of the day. So what should you be eating for breakfast? Well, always include a protein, always include a fat, and always include a carb or a low GI carbohydrate if it works with your lifestyle. Vegetables would be fantastic in the morning, and I also classify fruit as carbohydrates, by the way. Now, when we have a look at those macros, so macronutrients, protein, carbs, fats, and the vegetables and fruits and stuff, we need to have a look at actually what their function is in the body, rather than just saying, eat this, do that. You actually want to learn about them, right? I hope so. So protein is the building blocks of our DNA. It helps repair tissue. It's really important for regulating hormones. It helps with enzymes and other biochemical processes within the body. It helps make up, like I said before, tissue, bone, blood, cartilage, DNA, okay? Now, protein is also very satiating, so it's going to make you feel fuller for longer. And if you miss out on protein in the morning and you're just having your apple and muesli bar, well, there's 2 things here. So when you have your protein, you're going to feel satiated, you're going to feel fuller for longer. But if you were just to wake up and have an apple and a muesli bar, you may start to notice earlier in the day you have a bit of a blood sugar crash, which is when you probably have your first coffee. And coffee, it stunts the cravings. So this whole imbalance of your blood sugar levels when you just have carbohydrate source is not a good thing. And if you have a bad relationship with food already, this is already adding to it. So incorporated protein, my personal protein that I'm sure a lot of you who follow me on Instagram, I love eggs. I've been eating eggs for a very long time, every single morning. I love them. 3 eggs, organic butter. I have a bit of mushroom leek, and I've added purple carrot today, which was actually delicious. But anyway, so that's my breakfast. I have eggs. Some people want to have protein powder with some oats and some fruit because that works for them. That's fine. And maybe you definitely want to include a fat in there, so coconut oil or maybe butter as well. That would taste delicious. Maybe nuts. So before I finish the protein topic, you could also have chicken, lamb, beef. You could have kangaroo in the morning. You could have, honestly, whatever protein that fits with your day and whenever you want it. It doesn't have to be eggs or protein powder. Now, fats. So fats help with bile secretion. Now, bile helps us break down foods into even smaller pieces to be easily absorbed into the small intestine. So if our bile production is not being regulated, then you cannot break down food properly, and you get a bit of a backlog in your small intestine and all through the colon, which to you may seem as constipation, or maybe just a lack of nutrients, which you'll probably notice through fatigue, or maybe something else like irregular moods. There's even like your CNS. Like if your CNS is not getting all the nutrients that it needs from the hormones and all those enzymes, all the enzymatic processes, then you're going to be lacking in the gym and your performance is not going to be the same. So fats They are very important. They also make up the cell membranes of our cells, so they help to transport other things in and out of the cell. Okay. So don't exclude them. Nuts, seeds, like I said, avocados, ghee, coconut oil. There's a few. Just avoid the unhealthy fats. Like, fats are not bad, like carbohydrates, they're not bad. You just need to make sure that you're not having the wrong type of fats, like canola oil, margarine, vegetable oil. They are the ones that will definitely clog up your cells, okay, and your arteries. Okay, the fun one, carbohydrates. Often people are so scared about carbohydrates and have such a fear about gaining weight. Let me tell you this straight. Whatever you overeat in, you will gain fat, okay? If you overeat on any protein, fats, carbs, fruit, vegetables potentially, you're not going to feel amazing. Like, imagine you just ate, well, the carnivore diet is an example. If you just ate meat all the time. Some people like it, but there's not a lot to say that it's going to give you a whole bang of other nutrients like vitamin C, depending on the source. If it's grass-fed and it's out in the sunlight, unless it's in a tin, like in a tin shed. So carbs, they provide our body with energy, and they also, you don't have to have them in the morning. So protein oats with a bit of some nuts and maybe a little bit of honey sound delicious. Have it, and it actually works for your lifestyle. You're able to get to work, you're able to spend 10 minutes just eating your food slowly, not rushing, and it lasts you for until lunchtime, and you feel like you need to eat again. If that's what you feel is comfortable and suits your lifestyle, then do it, and you actually enjoy it, do it. If you don't want to have carbohydrates in the morning, you don't need to. There's nothing saying you have to. I mean, a perfect balance of all foods. I mean, there's no real perfect balance. I shouldn't say that, but the balance of all meals should incorporate some form of the macronutrients in each. My personal carbohydrate in the morning is berries. So I have mixed berries in the morning, about 100 grams of it, and I'm happy. Like, I'm fine. I don't have any attachment to needing rice or pastas or oats in the morning. It just doesn't work for me, and I don't feel good after. So this is where I'm talking about it needs to be sustainable for you. It actually has to work for your lifestyle and what you actually enjoy. As well as people who like to have eggs on toast. If eggs on toast makes you feel great, do incorporate some form of vegetable in there, like maybe some mushrooms or tomato or some spinach, and have some fats like avocado or organic butter, you know, or some olive oil, drizzle it over the toast. That would be amazing. The balance of those, if that makes you happy and makes you feel good, and you get to the point in the day when you're finding that you're actually getting your hunger levels up and the metabolism's working, then that is better than trying to starve yourself all day and not eat carbs and afraid of carbs. Carbs also lower serotonin, lower cortisol. So cortisol is our stress hormone. In the morning when you wake up, you need to be alert. So you need to be pumped up, ready to go, not sluggish, not tired. I mean, people with these type of issues need to see someone and have their blood work and analyzed. And definitely probably change up a few lifestyle factors. But in the morning, cortisol is high. It is the perfect time to train for some people. It is the perfect time to go and do work, go for a run, get outside. It's the perfect time to do stuff. I mean, rolling out of bed is the hard part. Once you're up, you need to be alert, okay? But going to bed in the evening, in the night, you should be relaxed. You should be quite tired and ready to fall asleep. Carbohydrate consumption is important at the end of the day for some people who it works with their lifestyle, because it lowers cortisol and it allows you to boost your serotonin, which is feel good chemicals, and you can fall asleep a lot more restfully. So yes, carbohydrates are pretty good. Don't avoid them. There's nothing to be afraid of them. Low GI carbohydrates include quinoa, rice, gluten-free breads. You could even have that. Sweet potato, pumpkin is a great one, or oats. There are other things that I obviously can't. I'm not going to name every single carbohydrate, but these are low GI ones that I would go for. Fruits are classified as carbohydrates, like berries and bananas. They are pretty good and low GI. But if you want to have a look at high GI, you can easily Google that yourself. For people who like to have their granola for breakfast, just make sure that you're reading the nutritional labels on the back of packaging, because you want to make sure that you're not buying the ones with high sugars and random ingredients as well. So this is why a lot of people go for oats, because they can add their own natural form of sweetener like honey, stevia or erythritol. So these are absolutely fine, and I would opt for having your own oats and making your own stuff in the morning rather than buying granola. I know the crunchiness is great, but maybe don't have them every single day. Maybe have them once a week or twice a week. Like, just vary it up to drop that sugar amount that you probably definitely don't need. And especially, like I said about that blood glucose, you want to make sure that it's a lot more stable than spiking up in the middle of the day and dropping and constantly doing that, where you need to have your coffee and your sugar hits. Okay, so let's avoid that. My final message is, make sure your breakfasts or your meals are nutritious. Make sure that they are sustainable, they work with your lifestyle, and also enjoy them. Okay, make sure it's fun and you actually want to eat this food and you're not forcing yourself to eat them. Athletes and bodybuilders are a different class, and there's a different video for that. So if you still want some help or still a little bit lost, drop some comments or subscribe. Email me, I'll put my email in the description box below. But please feel free to share it around, like it, subscribe, and I'll be back on here very soon with some training videos, which I'm excited about.